Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about what exactly is data science. So, as technology has evolved, more and more data is being collected by companies. So now companies are sitting on a treasure of data. This data can be used in order to provide insights. For example, Facebook users, they upload like 10 million photos every hour, and this data can be used for the benefit of the company. Now, data science is an interdisciplinary field which helps us to use this data and generate insights which can be used in the businesses to create more and more better decisions and create more products and services. Now, how exactly is data science transforming businesses? It can be used to detect fraud in financial services by recognizing suspicious behaviors. It can improve sales of a company by providing customers with recommendations on the basis of their previous searches. For example, Amazon. When we buy a product from Amazon or when we are searching for a product from Amazon, it will give us a list of recommendation based on that product. The recommendation is going to be based on whatever we have searched in the past or whatever we have bought in the past. So this is two of the most common ways that data science is helping transform businesses. Now, what are the different types of data that we have? All the types of data can be categorized into mainly two parts. One is structured and the other is unstructured. Now, as the name suggests, structured data follows a particular structure. It could be in the form of a Excel sheet or a form of a CSV file or in a relational database like SQL. Unstructured data is everything else. It could be from movies, videos, photos, etc. A good data scientist needs to be able to handle both structured as well as unstructured data efficiently. Nowadays, we hear these words all around us, which is AI, ML, DL. Now, AI stands for artificial intelligence, ML stands for machine learning, DL stands for deep learning. Now, AI is something which enables the machine to think. The end goal of every data science project is to create an AI application only. In order to do that, we use machine learning and deep learning amongst other things. Now, machine learning is a subset of AI which uses statistical tools in order to analyze the data to be able to generate some form of prediction. Now, deep learning is a subset of machine learning. The main goal in this is to create multi-layer architectures which is able to imitate the way that humans gather knowledge. So the main goal in artificial intelligence is to train the computer in such a way that it can perform a task with minimal supervision. Now I'll just give you a high level perspective of what exactly we are trying to do in machine learning. So, so over here you can see a random data set that I've created, which is of a weight in the y-axis and height in the x-axis. Height is in feet and weight is in kilograms. So as we can see, when the height is around 2 feet, the weight is somewhere around 40 to 50 kilos. It's just a random graph that I've created for this purpose. So how about if I just give a random point? If I just give a random point here, for this purpose we can say that the height falls somewhere above 5.5 feet and the weight is around between 70 to 80 kilograms. We can say that. But what if we want the machine to predict that? That based on the height, you give me what could be the weight of the person. You predict the weight of the person. So this this is one of the applications of machine learning. Okay, so one of the approaches is to create a best fit line which passes through this data. As we know, the equation of the line is going to be y is equal to mx plus c. This is what the equation of line is. Every line can be defined by this equation. So here x is the height variable and we have to predict the y value, which is weight in this case. So let me just write here x equals height and y equals weight. So the main goal in this task is to find the slope and the y-intercept, which is the c value. So if we find that, we can find the weight for any particular height given. So that's one of the ways that machine learning helps us to predict something. Now, what all do we need to know in order to learn data science? For first and foremost is to learn mathematics, included and not limited to linear algebra, differential calculus, and statistics. The second step is to learn one programming language. It could be either Python, R, or Java. But mainly Python and R programming language are preferred because of the sheer number of libraries that they have to assist in a data science project. The third part is web scraping. Now, web scraping is a way to gather data from different websites. So Python has this library called Beautiful Soup, which helps us to gather data from different websites. Because in order to become a data scientist, we need to learn how to gather data. And one of the ways to gather data is through web scraping. Now the fourth part is through data visualization. Now data visualization is important because if we are able to visualize the data properly and create some beautiful graphs, then we will be able to gather a lot more insights from the data, which would in turn help us to create a better machine learning model. For data visualization, Python gives us two amazing libraries. There are a lot more libraries, but two of them are Matplotlib and Seaborn. Using them, we can create almost any kind of visualization we can imagine. Now, other tools could be Tableau and Power BI. We can use them as well. The fifth step is data analysis. Now, data analysis is mainly two parts. One is exploratory data analysis and the other is feature engineering part. So in exploratory data analysis, we are trying to gather as many insights as we can from the data. And the final step is to learn machine learning. Now, machine learning can be classified into mainly three parts. One is supervised, other is unsupervised, and the last is semi-supervised. In supervised machine learning, we have a labeled past data. For example, the height and weight data set that I just showed you. We have an x value, which is the input value, and we need to predict a y value. So we will train a model based on this past value so that it can predict with good accuracy the unseen data. The second part is unsupervised learning. So in unsupervised learning, we don't have a labeled training data. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to group our data into several clusters based on the similarities and patterns that the data has. The third is semi-supervised learning. So what it does is that it combines small amount of labeled data with large amount of unlabeled data during the training process. Now what exactly does the life cycle of a data science project look like? So first step of any data science project is to gather the data. Now that could be using web scraping, it could be using third-party APIs or using big data technologies. The second part of a data science project is feature engineering and feature selection. So in feature engineering, as I explained before, we are cleaning the data, we are removing the missing values, we are handling the duplicate values. Essentially what we are trying to do in feature engineering is we are trying to convert the data so that it could be used appropriately for a machine learning model. Another part is feature selection. Now any data set could have numerous amount of features. It could have hundreds of features, thousands of features, a lot many features. So we need to decide what all features we need to ultimately use in order to create a machine learning model. That's what we do in feature selection. The third part of any data science project is model creation. We need now, based on the feature engineering and feature selection that we did, we need to create a machine learning model which is able to generate predictions with decent enough accuracy. These two phases, the feature engineering and the model creation phase, these two phases, they go hand in hand. So if in the model creation phase, if we are seeing that the model is not able to give out decent enough accuracy, then we'll go back and we'll do some more feature engineering until we get a good enough model. Now the fourth and final step is model deployment. Once we have created a machine learning model which is giving out amazing accuracies, we need to productionize the model so that other people could also use it. For example, if we are creating an AQI predictor, air quality index predictor, then after creating a machine learning model which can predict AQIs with decent enough accuracy, we need to deploy it like on a website or an Android application or an iOS application, so that other people could also use that application. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.